a campsite here in western North Carolina, kind of near Asheville. We're not too far away from Asheville, but my buddy JP, who runs the Discover the Carolinas account, we're gonna do a little camping tonight, do a little fly fishing tomorrow. I haven't been fishing in over a year. Gonna take a day for myself, because I'm much needing a little bit of fly fishing time. So JP and I are gonna set up our campsite here. We're gonna eat a little pizza and then hit the hay after a couple drinks maybe, and fish all day tomorrow, because we're diehards and I love it and I need it. So we're gonna fish and have some fun, and then I head straight to Road America for the next round of the IMSA Weathertech series. Yeah, let's enjoy some time in the woods. Rise and shine, campers. It is about 6:30 in the morning and slept pretty well, all things considered, in a tent. Never sleep amazing in a tent, do you? But we're gonna go get some breakfast, go find some fish. Hopefully the weather holds out on us today, because we're fishing for a tiny little native brook trout. You want it to be sunny, not cloudy or raining. So we're gonna go find some fish, get this day going. So I used to come out fly fishing before I had kids and got really busy with work. I used to come out fly fishing with JP probably 3 to 4 times a month, sometimes more. He's thought about being a professional guide. I used to teach fly fishing classes with Orvis, with a buddy of mine. Just really miss it. I miss the tranquility of nature, which is so insanely different than what I do with car racing, which is just noise and loud and so much energy. This is the complete polar opposite of that, and I miss this a lot. I miss this sound. I miss the crisp air, the cold water. Just being out here is pretty special. My first fish of the day, and you guys are gonna laugh, but this is what we're after. These tiny little native brookies and rainbows, and they're like 4 to 6 inches long. Like, they're tiny, but they're beautiful and they're wild. You know, there's something to be said for catching something that's so beautiful, so colorful, so small, and you know, it doesn't have to be 30 inches to be a trophy fish. And it's not any easier than catching a fish that's 30 inches long. Like, these things, they require the perfect cast. They require finding the right spot. They require finding the right fly. You know, it's not all about catching a fish that's a trophy fish that you could put on your wall. We're turning this into Jamey's OnlyFans. Look away, children. Foul language may be said here. This water is cold. I'm only up to my ankles. Oh my God. The trout weren't biting, so I figured if you can't beat them, join them.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Oh my God, it's cold. All right, that concludes our day of fishing, and JP is gonna buy me dinner. Why are you buying me dinner, JP?
I caught the biggest fish.
That's the rule. You catch the biggest fish, you buy dinner. Yeah, I'm heading to Road America. Time for some more IMSA Weathertech. I'm excited. It's gonna be a fun race weekend. I enjoy the track a lot. It's always a good race. And it was nice to get back out on the river again. Much needed. All right, Road America time. Welcome to the quiet town of New Holstein, Wisconsin. This is our Airbnb here behind me. It's very old. It's very noisy. It's very creaky. She's an old girl. Well, there's 4 of us staying in here, and none of us really slept that well because anytime anybody rolls over in bed, the floors just go. So yeah, welcome to New Holstein. Welcome to Wisconsin for the next round of the IMSA Weathertech series. I am here basically going to be working all weekend here at Road America, which is a very pretty track. It's America's National Park of Speed. Home of cheese curds and spotted cow beer, and great racing. So yeah, gonna be a fun weekend. This is actually gonna be a fairly light work weekend for me. I only have IMSA Weathertech coverage to work on. I don't have to cover Lamborghini Super Trofeo. They're not here this year. I don't have any clients in Michelin Pilot Challenge. I don't have any clients in the Ford series. I don't have any clients anywhere else. It's just IMSA Weathertech this weekend, and I've got 5, 6 cars to cover, which I know sounds like a lot, but it's actually a fairly easy weekend as far as my weekends go. One of my clients at these IMSA WeatherTech weekends is Wayne Taylor Racing. They run 2 beautiful Acura GTP cars, the prototype class, but they also run this gorgeous Lamborghini Huracan Evo 2 GTD car. So this car runs as part of the IMSA WeatherTech Championship on track at the same time as their 2 prototypes do, but this car is kind of competing in its own class. Unfortunately, this weekend we have Kyle Marcelli, who would normally drive this car. He's injured. He has a shoulder injury, so Lamborghini has subbed in one of their pro drivers, Sandy Mitchell, for the weekend to join Danny Formal. So the 2 of them will drive this car, obviously not at the same time. They do a pit stop, they'll do a full driver change at least one point during the race. They could do more than that, but strategically it doesn't make sense to do more than one pit stop driver change. So Sandy and Danny will jump in and out of the car during practice days. My job right now is to make sure that I get some candid pictures of Sandy. He's new to the team, he's never driven with the team, so the team has asked me to get some pictures of Sandy and Danny interacting with each other to put on social media. So I'm gonna hang out here, get some candid shots of Sandy doing a driver seat fit, and then hopefully he and Danny will kind of hang out and talk about the car, talk about the setup, talk about the track, all those things. And it's always good for photography. So I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit. Just about time for practice 1 for the GTP cars and all the other IMSA WeatherTech cars, but You may notice I've got my black fire suit on, which is a requirement for the IMSA photographers that wear a gray vest. So you have to have a series issued gray vest, which allows us to go over the wall with the cars during a live session. So to do that, we have to be in a full fire suit. It's an FIA rated fire suit. This is actually a fire suit that the drivers wear for the Lamborghini Super Trofeo series. So it's an FIA rated fire suit that would be, qualify me to drive in a car. But also we have to wear a helmet. So the helmet is not something that I'm wearing right now until I need to wear it on pit lane. But just part of the day of being sweaty and gross. And yeah, the drivers have to wear their own fire suits and helmets when they're in the car. But once they're out of that, then they can strip down and get cooled off. But it doesn't matter if I'm what side of the wall I'm on, I have to be in my black fire suit, which is just amazing. I love days like this where it's just hot and sweaty and miserable and you're in a fire suit.
This video is brought to you by Paddock Focus Photography Workshops. Want to learn how to become a professional motorsport photographer or simply improve your racing images? Check out paddockfocus.teachable.com and use the code PFYouTube for 10% off.
Good morning. It's practice and qualifying day. Let's go, Fred.
Sick ride! Look at that!
Thank you.
So the photographer's room here at Road America, aka the doghouse, is special. I really don't know what other words to put to it. Yeah, it is toasty in there in the afternoon. But this morning it should be nice and cool.
Thank you, sir.
Oh really? There's a Paw Patrol movie? Super Pups. That's pretty cool. Even more, and then do helmet visor down. Yeah, right there. All right, we gotta get the Dale cam.
I'm not gonna be home till the next.
Favorite spots here at this track where you can do a pan shot through the trees as the cars come past. It's really challenging because they are really coming fast into this corner, and you don't really have a good line of sight to the cars as they come toward you, so it's very hard to see which cars are which. Like, I can't really tell if it's my client car until I can really see it right here. So it's kind of a guessing game a little bit, but I'm going to stand here and shoot for a little bit. I'm at currently a 20th of a second F16 on my 70 to 200. So I got my 70 to 200 here, and I'm going to shoot a little bit for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, see if I can hit the 5 cars that I need. It's just a nice, pretty, artistic shot. The keep rate, the number of pictures you get sharp is very low, especially at a 20th of a second. And you know, not every picture in this sequence is going to be sharp. You might only get one in a sequence or none in a sequence that are sharp. So it might take a couple laps to get dialed in and figure it out and figure out where I need to stand to get the best angle on the cars. I might need to move that way and get a little bit of a different tree or bush in the shot. You know, those of you that have followed my channel for a while know that I love a little bush in my pictures. You can't have too much bush, but you can have just the right amount of bush. You can't have no bush, but you can't have too much bush either. It's got to be just the right amount of bush to get your shot the way you want it to be. So you don't want it like super overgrown. You need it like just to the point where you can see the cars coming past, and it kind of like almost acts as a shutter. I don't really know how it works, to be honest, but sometimes it's easier to shoot at a really slow shutter speed. So anyway, I'm going to stand here for a minute, try this shot, and then move on to another location a little farther down the track. Time for the IMSA autograph session. So all the drivers are required by the series to participate in the autograph session, and they're out here for like 45 minutes or so. So they're signing autographs, signing whatever the fans bring to them, die casts, helmets, posters, hero cards, all that stuff. So I'm gonna get some shots of the guys signing autographs. It's always kind of fun and entertaining. We always have a good laugh. It's kind of fun to just hang out and talk to him. Oh my God. Here, Paul. And yeah, it's fun. But thanks to Rick and Paul for bombing my nice YouTube video.
Get in your shot.
Qualifying time, so I'm down here at Wayne Taylor Racing, and yeah, Danny Formal is going to qualify the beautiful number 45 Lamborghini Huracan GT3 Evo 2. So yeah, he's about to get ready, and then we've got a 15-minute qualifying session for each class. So GTD cars go out together, and then we have LMP2 that goes out, and then the GTP cars. So yeah, it should be interesting. We'll see who's on pole. Looks like the 10 car is on pole. Woohoo! Love it. And the 40 Jordan is P2. Nice job, Wayne Taylor Racing.
Come on! How was that?
Yeah! Woo-hoo-hoo. Nice! Yes! Way to go, man.
Good work. Nice. Beautiful. All right.
Come on, honey.
We out of here. Right, Fred?
Out of here.
So we just finished up an amazing pizza. How was your pizza, Fred?
It was amazing.
Yeah. So, shout out to Harry's Pizza e Vino. It's very, very good.
So good.
So we've actually got kind of a quiet day today. Normally, you know, race days are kind of the easiest day of work, and today is no exception. So race doesn't start until like 2:10 p.m. or something. So we're gonna go grab some breakfast before we head to the track. Go grab some pancakes and waffles and just get some food in us, and then we'll head to the track. And we're actually gonna do a little photography meetup for some fans. It's always cool to see how many fans and, you know, fellow spectators just love photography and racing. So we're gonna do an impromptu meetup in the paddock this morning, and then we've got the grid, and then we go racing for 2 hours and 40 minutes. But other than that, not a lot going on today. Kind of the quietest day of the weekend, which is just kind of how race days usually go. You don't have to cover 4 practice sessions, it's just a race. So we're gonna go grab some breakfast and then head to the track. Okay, time for the grid. So cars are firing up and heading out on their recon lap. They're gonna come basically straight back around on pit lane, and they'll park up, and we'll get all the stanchions set up for the GTP cars, which are the prototypes, and then all the fans will be released out onto pit lane. So anybody with a race ticket, which is the coolest part of any IMSA race, anybody with a race ticket, doesn't matter if you have VIP suite access with Michelin or IMSA, or just a general admission fan ticket for a day, anybody gets grid access. So yeah, even if you're like the most diehard Formula One fan, it's hard to argue with how amazing the access is for any fan that loves cars, loves racing. You get to come out here and literally be part of the show. Come talk to the drivers, sit on the pit wall. You can like look in the pit boxes. You can literally touch the cars 15 minutes before they go green this afternoon. So it's awesome. But I am sweating. It is very, very warm out here. It's humid. So I'm gonna go sweat a little bit running up and down pit lane for the grid walk, and then we go racing. Oh, that feels good. Nice icy rag, courtesy of Marcus and the Wright boys. All right, I'm rolling to my start shot location, getting there as quickly as I can, and hopefully I'll be there in time because I left it pretty late on the grid. So yeah, a lot of traffic. It's kind of challenging to remember where to go to get to turn 1, but it should be okay. I should be there in time. I made it out to my start shot location, and we've got the warm-up lap right now. So the cars are doing a warm-up, 1 lap. You always want to get 1 shot of your clients in case they don't make it back to your position for whatever reason. They showed up, they were in the race for a second, and then after that it's not my problem anymore. But you always want to get 1 shot of them before the race starts. So got my shot of everybody coming by, and then the next time they come past will be green. So yeah, it's kind of clouded over. It's not sunny right now, which is kind of a bummer, but what are you gonna do? Back to pit lane, but the bad news is when I arrived here, the 40 car had already done a full service pit stop. So that means driver change, tires, fuel. So those are the good pit stops. Like those are the ones that look good for pictures. What doesn't look good is when they just do fuel. When they do tires and fuel, it looks fine, but the ones you really want, the best ones for pictures, are tires, fuel, and most importantly, a driver change. Are down there.
Trophies are up.
Bottles, and the crowd is gonna make some thunderous noise as they shoot champagne all over the place. Let's hear it for your top 3 in GTP. One more time, Nick Tandy. Back to you, Jamey.
As is the rule for motorsport photography, the best light of the day is when you're packing up. Yeah, I did not enjoy that race for a variety of reasons. So yeah, I'm just gonna call this one a day. thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I am taking a weekend off, and then I'm heading straight to Monterey for Monterey Car Week, which is one of my favorite events of the year. It is so much work, but also pretty cool. So while we're packing up, everybody's putting the nitrogen bottles away from the air guns. I'm gonna pack up, and we're gonna try and hit Outback on our way to Chicago before we fly out tomorrow. Thanks for watching.